Hello everybody, and welcome back to Valhalla. Last we left off, we had been distracted at our day at work, although today we are not distracted, and we kept our $11,000. I guess it was better that we didn't have to pay our rent there, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's not good because we'd be kicked out by February. Today's New Year's though, so let's get into this. Well, let's see. Gil's in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some food I've ordered. They only agreed to work on New Year's if I went to pick it up myself. Are you alright? I'm scared. Gabby will show up at any minute. Relax. Everything will be alright, I can assure you of that. Drink something. Maybe that'll cheer you up. Maybe. Or leave you for a bit, but keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug? Does that work? A hug. A big one. A reward for after everything's said and done. Gotta go. You can do it. Right. Everything's fine. You've been avoiding this for all these years, and now it's time to face it head on. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gabby. Boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay. Hello? Gabby. Come in. Excuse me. Welcome to Valhalla. Jill and Gabby. Hey. You talk first. No, well, some days ago I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter is the fact that it was from your sister. Oh, what? My sister sent you a letter? That's the first I've heard of it. What did it say? I don't know, I never opened it. At least, not until now. I figured I should read it with you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it. Alright then. Sorry. Just that? Yep. Isn't there anything else in the letter? Maybe on the back? This is just like your sister. I spent days worried about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it. And after all those worries, after all those problems, after all these years not talking to her, she sends me a letter. Fucking letter of all things. She just says sorry? Sorry for what? Our fight? For not talking all these years? Now I'm fucking pissed. Are you laughing? Sorry, I just remembered all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like that time where she gave you chocolates labeled 1, 2, and 4 during Valentine's Day? You were pissed about the lack of a 3? Or that time where you left an unopened beer bottle on the table and she sneakily opened it and took a sip? She didn't tell you she did it and you were confused all day long. She always bragged she knew me like the back of her hand. If the letter was supposed to piss me off like that, I guess she had all the rights to brag. Maybe she was being sincere though. She did express to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion. She did, huh? You told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day. But organs are different. The condition made her susceptible to transplant rejections. Not to mention artificial hearts and genetic treatments were out of the question. Yep. The thing is, apparently she suffered since she was 18, but she kept it a secret from everyone. Why? Hell if I know. I was angry to learn that she hid it. Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it? Wait, how did she live so normally then? She had to use a serum, shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently the serum burns like hell. The shot even left her a nasty mark where she had to apply them. God damn it, so the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark? What the hell? And the rejection was what ended up killing her? The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. Doctor said she might have missed a shot, or the shots made her other defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere, or maybe it was blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards. They don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, so nobody knows. Maybe if she had told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she wouldn't have faced it alone instead of just dying in her sleep. Thinking about what ifs won't bring her back. I spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears at that very moment? What if I had apologized earlier? And what if I had given a chance to the Research the Institute thing back then? And the amount just increased threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive, you're here. I can make amends with you, but I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can apologize to you right now. Jill. Lenore, she's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition all these years. She didn't have to face it alone, though. If only she... So, let's celebrate her life and achievements. If we are to mourn, let's mourn her together. If we are to honor her, we'll do it together. Together. Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is try to lighten up, even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask, though. Did she really start to complain about chest pain shortly after I left? No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back before you left. Back then we thought it was just acid reflux or something. Gods. They even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then, and part of me just wanted to put the blame on someone or something. You didn't deserve that. Sorry. Hey, I'm sorry too, you know? We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I should have been mature and not shouted at you either, so... Let's just call all of that water under the bridge, shall we? Are you sure? Of course I am. So how did you find me exactly? Well, you have heard of a message board called Danger U. I have, yeah. Well, truth is that I'd visit it from time to time. And the other day I read a thread that discussed the bar. And the description of the bartender sounded just like you. Are you mad? No, not mad. More like dumbfounded. Hey Joe, can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked the fight? Aren't you happy with my sister? Well, back then I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went in and pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right then and there. And then, after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best for me and my future, but I was living. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't even know if I wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much. Like she was forcing that burden on me. And then my became our future, and she started talking about marriage. We're going to get married? I don't think we ever took it seriously. It was just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. But the thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her, but I don't think I was ready for such a commitment, especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her, and that was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time, and it rained down on me at that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we had gotten married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She would do it thinking it was the best for me, but what about my freedom, my say on the matter? So that's where you stopped loving Lenore? No. I never stopped loving her, which is why it hurts so much. But you have to understand. I didn't want to wake up 40 years old and working at a job I hate. Just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted a break from everything for a while I put my thoughts in order. Regroup myself. Think carefully about what to do next. I can understand. I've sometimes felt the same, although not even in college. I'm not even in college. So that's what led you two to fighting, huh? You know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back to it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to her arguments about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me this bad. It could have been avoided if I just kept a cool head and talked about that with her. My sister said something like that. I told you she mentioned on more than one occasion how sorry she was about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her to the end, but instead I kept pushing her. Should have kept a cool head instead of letting my jealousy get the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. Should have stopped projecting myself so much into her. Something like that. We are quite the hotheads, you, me, my sis. We were supposed to be the mature one, you know? Play your role correctly. But why didn't you come back, Jill? Did the break include us too? No, it's just that... Remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke the window? How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded? But my sister wouldn't have scolded you. And I was afraid. Dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face your sister. But I faced her back then, and I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I come up with, it'll never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know? Not that it makes things easier. I won't be able to ever speak to her again. I read that wrong. And it feels bad because it's stupid. I swear, you and my sis were meant for one another. Both moved on after all that, but neither had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. Like I said, berating myself over those past mistakes won't bring her back. Miss her so much, though. We were together all the time, always talking about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the one I could always talk to. Feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Mourning is fine and all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she was here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long. She told you that all the time. The same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces. Both figuratively and literally. Hey, I was 8 back then. So let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? Toast? Yeah, let me get you a drink. A drink? Don't worry, trust me. We're gonna make her a fucking one of those sugar rushes. 1, 2, 1, 6. Cause that sounds like a good idea. Grab this for a sec. Oh, okay. Ahem. Lenore, I know you're watching from the beyond right now, so give a drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both were meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but can at the very least make you rest easier. So, know that I'll look out for Gabby in your absence. I'll make sure Gabby grows into a fine woman, just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure that the little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had. Hey, want to add anything? I'll always miss her. Don't say it to me. Say it to her. That's a bit... Come on, just this once. I'll always miss you, sis. Sis, you idiot. Why did you keep that secret for so long? Idiot. I always told you everything. Wasn't I enough? You idiotic idiot. Hey Jill, promise me you won't be like that knucklehead. Promise me you won't keep stuff like that to yourself. Only if you promise the same to me. And promise me we won't fight? I can't do that. You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later we'll clash on some opinion. But what I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are. I'm not an adult. Let's face it, you've been more mature than I have. Hey, did you mean what you said? That you'll look after me? I'll always be here for you, Gabby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone. Jill. Hey, wasn't this a toast? Right. For Lenore, faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers. Cheers. So, about this drink. Can I drink it? Do you like it? Take a sip. It's not bad. Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. Might as well break the alcohol taboo here and now. Now that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you a beer once as a prank? Oh yeah, that. It was April Fool's. I should have known better when she offered me an apple soda. I put the bubble gum on the soles of her shoes in retaliation. She walked funny, and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day. Yeah, but did you know you got my drink that time? She gave me a beer and it turned out to be apple soda. Did you get back at her? Well, I did hide all the dildos in the house that night, only to find out she knew how to use a cucumber. What the fuck? As a follow-up, she used that cucumber in a salad days later. Oh my god. I'll tell you when you're older. Or never at all. Hey Gabby, do your parents know you're here? They think I'm at Claire's, actually. Who? Oh, she's my best friend at school. And this Claire knows you're using her as an excuse, right? Of course. How would she cover for me otherwise? True. Will you go to her house afterwards? To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Claire doesn't live close by, so... Well, it can't be helped. I live nearby, and the streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why not stay with me tonight? Are you sure? I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough. At least to spend the night. Sure, I'd love to stay with you. Great. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good. Yep. He opened his second branch last year. So he's looking to expand. I think he got into a partnership with a friend in the Motor District. The guy saw an opportunity after realizing Motor District has no bakeries. I still remember your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, "I knew it! I fucking knew you were a lesbian. Mark one for daddy." I think he had a bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was 12 years old or so. My dad said sis was into girls, and the acquaintance didn't believe him. Bet a beer on whether he was right or not. That beer bottle is still in the fridge. It's even labeled Sweet Victory. Your mom and Lenore never made up, did they? What's the backstory here? Jesus. I guess that one wasn't as simple as the said one too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society and her circle of friends. And in her circle of friends, a lesbian daughter was a no-no. Still on my sister's side for that one, though. Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did it because her friends were. To Mom, the opinion of her circle of friends was worth more than her own daughter. How did she react to her death? I don't know. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago. They did? They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. I haven't seen her since August, I think? Did you two fight too? No, she just hasn't showed up. You must have felt alone, huh? I've been there. A bit, but I'm not alone anymore, thanks to you. Huh? I thought there was gonna be a party here. Over here. A party? A small New Year's celebration. Want to stay for it? I don't want a kid to burden. Don't worry, you won't. You'll only get cola for the night, though. No alcohol. Look, if it's time to catch up even more, I can introduce you to some friends. Are you in? You don't mind me? Great. Hey, Alma, come here. There's someone I want to introduce to you. Interesting. They like rush to answer a bunch of questions at the end there. Cyberpunk bartender action. So there was a lot of stuff that I was impressed with this game. I liked just adding something to do in the visual novel makes the visual novel so much cooler. I don't know what it is, but it was interesting to just have to like mix drinks and remember people's favorites sometimes and not remember the favorites and then like people and then dislikes other people. You know what I'm saying? I think Dorothy ended up being one of my favorite people. I'm sad that like Say got like fucked up. But I don't know. I also liked Betty and Deal. Betty and Deal were awesome, dude. Betty and Deal were like the best people in the game. Yeah, they were. They were the best people in the game. Like, I would like to be friends with Betty and Deal. They were really funny. Streaming Chan was weird. Also me. Oh, you know what never happened? Is we never, like... I wanted, like, Donovan D. Dawson to, like, get some sort of, like, punishment for, like, him being an asshole all the time, but nah, it's just who he is, I guess. And I guess I'm fine with that. It was interesting. There's a lot of like unanswered stuff that they wrapped up at the end, and they tried to do. There's also a lot of like stuff with Anna that they didn't answer. I don't know. This can't be like the only ending. There's got to be multiple endings, and they got to explain Anna, because Anna was like just a complete mystery to everything. It was a complete mystery to everything, and I don't understand. Like, I kind of understand Anna, but I also don't, and I don't know. And then she was like trapped in the TV sometime, or there was a girl trapped in the TV that was like, help. I wanted them to get existential just a little bit and like explain like what's going on. And maybe they do. Maybe I just don't have that ending. But overall, fun visual novel. Yes. Thank you. Do I have to answer this? I did. I also met a cat boomer. Why did your boss hug you though? Oh, it's gonna auto advance on its own, so I can't click. She's that kind of person. Now, let's sleep. You were dozing off back there. Am I gonna go back to my apartment? You're right. Good night, Jill. We'll play some more tomorrow. Good night. Also, the music for this game, fucking crazy, dude. I really like the music for this game. I wish they would have like interjected sad music during certain like parts that could like have hit a lot stronger. So that it would have been like a more emotional roller coaster. Because the music that I chose was very much like upbeat and like happy, and there was only like one or two sad songs in there. So when the sad moment happened, it was just like, oh, upbeat and happy music, and it like messed with the vibe. Up until the end, obviously, it was a pretty good music direction deal. Here we go, February. What am I gonna do? I have to leave my apartment. To think I'd be evicted. They are pretty ruthless. They don't even allow you to skip 1 month. I was 2 months late already, actually. Chill. At least it wasn't because you spent too much money on useless stuff, right? Right? About that. Forget it, I don't want to hear. Let's go to sleep. Tomorrow you'll regroup and think what to do next. Yeah. Thanks for letting me stay here, by the way. Whoa, your bed is huge. Queen size. Considering I lived with a guy for at least 4 years. It can get lonely, but it's also really comfortable. Just like single life, I guess. Hope you don't mind sleeping with me, but there's not enough space for the futon in here. I haven't slept in a mattress in, over 2 years now? That can be good for your back. And bad for my morale. Anyways, good night. Nighty night. It's hot in here. Having her hug me certainly doesn't help. I don't want to wake her up either. It looks so comfortable. That looks like a pretty small bed compared to what they were talking about. I wonder if Boss would have let me crash in her place. Well, let's just try to sleep for a bit and... No, Ford, go away. No, you piece of fur, don't you dare sleep on my... You can now save heart data. Loading heart data from the title screen or bar will let you start over from the day Game Plus. I wonder what's in New Game Plus. Interesting. Well, that's the title screen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Aw, that's cute as fuck. I think what we do now is we run through these two. This is the Anna explanation, I imagine, and this is the prologue explanation, I imagine, with the dogs that shit all over the place. So, yeah, I like the new title screen. It used to just be her, but now it's her and frickin' Gabby. That's cute. That's cute as fuck. Yeah, so I think after we do these two, we're done. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you guys enjoyed this, please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're leaving the series here, I appreciate you staying with me. This has been a fun ride. I think I'm playing either Will a Wonderful World, which just came out, or When They Cry, because I wanted to play When They Cry for a long time. So if you're interested in any of those, I'd love to see you again. Peace out, you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.